No Nick Foles, but a Super Bowl rematch regardless. Game of the week on EA Sports. Straight ahead. That brought us the Philly special and brought these fans their first title ever, as we'll see the New England Patriots take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, this place will be electric this afternoon. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match it. A couple of playoff teams from a season ago, back at it again in 2019.
And we both felt the confidence from both of these teams, right? They feel like they will be back in the playoffs again, but they shouldn't be overconfident. 7 teams last year made the playoffs that didn't make it the previous year, so you're not assured of going back year after year.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11. Return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. As we get a peek at their big quarterback standing at 6'5", north of 250 pounds, it's Cardale Jones.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Now Jones. He's got the hook up here. First play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. First carry now for Jordan Howard. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Here's the offense, and sometimes you got to show love to the big guys.
That you do, and we're talking about Kelsey now, not Travis, his brother who plays tight end. Jason lines up at center, a threat to go to the Pro Bowl each and every year.
Back to throw. Jones. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So now here come the Patriots to take over on offense. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Now let's give you a look here at the New England offense.
Sony Michel was taken near the end of the first round in the 2018 draft, but boy, did he earn his keep in that season with New England. Really came out in the playoffs, scored the only touchdown in the Super Bowl. Expect bigger and better from Sony Michel moving forward.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 at a New England first down. Opening carry of the game here for Rex Burkhead. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Well, look now at our starting defense. Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
To To throw on 2nd and 6. Barrett, open man is Myers. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a first down. Working out of the gun, it's Barrett. These two teams, the Eagles and the Pats, did not meet in the regular season last year, so their last official bout was in Super Bowl 52 in Minneapolis. Everybody remembers that one with the Eagles staking claim to their first ever title. And the Philly down in football history with Nick Foles catching the pass from Trey Burton in the end zone. What a game that was. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Now Barrett. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
It long and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Barrett on play action. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to. So much of offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And the 13-year man puts it through, and the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, this is Howard. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Looking to throw. Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So the Patriots coming out now. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
This is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
After the snap, 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
To throw is Barrett. He's airing it out for Sanu. He's got a man complete. And all the way to the opposite 45. A big play there for New England. 44 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, had the advantage. Big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Fights loose, and he's going to get this down near the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a 1st down.
Mohamed Sanu is a guy that is often overlooked because he just quietly goes about his business. But how about last season? Had a career-high 838 yards on 66 catches, and he can also play wildcat quarterback for you as well.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the leading rusher for the Pats last year is a rookie, Sony Michel. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Off the bootleg, Barrett. It's brought in by Harris. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And another thing that makes a comeback route. Receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. And nice there.
It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Demetrius Harris, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point good by Gostkowski. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a New England touchdown. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. Shake it off. That one good for 37 yards.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
So now then, the big play has a 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And he finds Howard complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, Hey, we got everybody cut. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? They're nice pickup on first down. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9th. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Running from the gun with Howard. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up when we get back. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Here's Jones, operating from the gun to the end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points. Not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Offense coming back onto the field as we focus in on J.T. Barrett. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michelle trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
Let's go, baby.
10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
This is Clement. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. On 1st down, they run with Howard. He takes this for 3 to the 29. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Howard. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
A good run, Howard, and now another 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Jones now. Going to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the Patriots have it. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Our focus shifts here to J.T. Barrett and company as they take the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. A 2nd down run for Burkhead. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. We see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. New England on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Barrett. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming in. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. A reminder that coming up later tonight, a good one on Sunday Night Football. We'll see what could have been a playoff matchup a season ago. The Bears and the Rams from L.A. And then tomorrow night, Monday Night Football from down in Mexico. Mexico City, to be precise. The Chiefs and the Chargers going at it. On the ground, it's Clement to start the drive. Jonathan Jones there to make the stop. The run got 4. Now they deal with a second. They run with Howard. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Looking to throw. Jones. Ertz over the middle. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Well, they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. On 1st down, they go with Clement again. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Boston Scott, his first carry. He will push his way down to about the 14. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, it's Scott. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Well, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Our focus shifts here to J.T. Barrett and company as they take the field. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And it's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, a give to Burkhead. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. To throw on 3rd down. Barrett. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
Be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Switch.
On first down, Barrett to throw. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down. A wide receiver was a big need for the Patriots coming into the season, and they found something they really liked in N'Keal Harry. They took the 21-year-old with a final pick in the first round, and it's actually kind of interesting. Since 2000, the Patriots were the only team tonight until nabbing Harry just before the order rolled over to round 2. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 7 yards there and a first down. Here's Barrett looking to throw. Caught by Sanu. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. To throw again on second down. Barrett, Jacoby Myers, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Wreck his second touchdown on the season. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Barrett's pass complete to Brett Ellison. Touchdown, New England.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will ski the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jordan Howard and the rest of the offense heading back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space and some different...
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks as first half going my way. I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Looking to throw again on second down. Barrett got a man open. That's Harry. 8 of 11 and a Patriot first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep.
And this one brought in by Sanu. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Barrett looks to throw on first. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. They come up on second and long. Been there this afternoon. Now Burkhead. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. On the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. 28-14 was your final score. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Oakland. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Tyler Boyd, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's check in at our nation's capital, see what's happening with the Redskins at home at FedEx Field. And they were losers in their ball game as they were outplayed by the visiting New York Jets. Jamison Crowder, a touchdown catch. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michelle. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line.
And it's Michelle once again. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Barrett. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Off the draw, here's Michelle. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. On third down, Barrett. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. You're scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
One play for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones, and this is incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Running with Howard. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get as they take over 1st and 10. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
That'll be a New England 1st down. Well, there's no shortage of great young runners in the NFL, but don't forget about that guy, Sony Michel. 1st-round pick in 2018. Almost hit 1,000 yards as a rookie, 931 to be exact, to go along with 6 scores for the former Georgia Bulldog. Keeping it on the ground on 1st, Michel. And he's on that one up to around the 33. On 2nd down, Michel. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense.
Here we go. Check, 47. I don't even know why this team showed up.
A give to Burkhead on 1st down. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down now, Michel. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw Barrett. They dial up the screen here to Burkhead. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your build by the defensive guys. They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on 3rd down. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. from the gun. Barrett. And that is incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they're long, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. This Pats and Eagles matchup is part of the NFL 100 series. These two teams met in Super Bowl 39 and also recently in Super Bowl 52, splitting the pair of matchups. Tom Brady was the constant in both of them. His counterpart the first go-around, Donovan McNabb, and the Pats won that affair. But then the Eagles would get revenge 13 years later behind the very unlikely hero, Nick Foles.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Barrett. Here's Sanu on the catch. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. This is Burkhead running to the right. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you talk about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
With Burkhead. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Check, 47.
To throw on 3rd down. Barrett. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
We have played 3 quarters, and that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
That's what I do.
From the 24, Jones. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. On 1st and 10. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the first one for the second one to even matter.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. On the ground is Michel, and he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. Throwing on 2nd and 8, Barrett. And an alley to run. He'll try and run it. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. New England on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the complete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. A give to Howard. Well, that gives him a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. The Eagles on third down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. This is Coleman on the carry. Past the 15-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18.
Give me that ball, defense! Give me that ball!
Now Jones. Ertz has it left side. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. A gain of 6 there on first. To throw again on second down. Jones. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking to throw. Jones. And Jeffrey's got it. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Back to throw. Jones completes it to Dave. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Well, this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Looking to throw. Jones. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Back to throw. Jones. And he connects with Ertz. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Open man is Darius Fountain. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
52's the mark, 52.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
They'll try again with Howard. See now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Watch it 4th down be any different. True. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey, his 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are back within a single score.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, a 1 to 5 play drive, that one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Elliott good with a PAT. More interesting here in this 4th quarter. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here, or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the gun, they run with Michel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Michel. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. On 2nd down, Michel. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, Michel. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And down to the 27-yard line.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
That one looks like he'll throw here. It's brought in by Harris. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. The Patriot formation as they'll take the knee. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And I'll tell you what, it has not been with a whole lot of frequency over the last couple of decades or so that teams have come into New England and escaped with a victory, but that's what happened here.
It almost doesn't feel real, does it?
We've seen it so few times.
That actually happened, right? We saw it. They came out of there with a win. And in that locker room, you know what they're saying? We didn't really lose. Time just ran out on us. That's the attitude they have because they don't see it happen very often. Not even sure how to handle it.
And you see some stunned faces heading for the exits here in New England. So for the Pats, it's a rare victory for them as they get that record back to 3-7. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden.
Open back and at it again in 2019.
And we both felt the confidence from both of these teams, right? They feel like they will be back in the playoffs again, but they shouldn't be overconfident. 7 teams last year made the playoffs that didn't make it the previous year, so you're not assured of going back year after year.
The fight on us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Seahawks. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback out of Oklahoma State.
About the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because he had a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And we take a look at the offense for the Seahawks.
One thing for us to keep in mind and remember, they're coming off of their open week last week. They got to sit home and relax a little bit before the final stretch of the season. They got the lucky draw.
But not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned the game. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh.
65.
On second down now, it's Carson. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. Here's Whedon.
Watch a slant.
And down he goes. A coverage sack. Took too long to get rid of it. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi dog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. This one is right down the middle. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And no run back here. This will be a attack, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Eagles under fourth-year head coach Doug Peterson as we get a peek at their big quarterback standing at 6'5", north of 250 pounds. It's Cardale Jones.
Coming off of a loss their last, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Now a man open down the middle of the field at the Eagles offensive starters. And
I think we'll see a renewed sense of urgency out of this team this week because they have to make sure they don't waste this homestand. They had a home game last week. Got the second straight. They've got to take advantage of it, get a win before they head out on the road.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. This is how the defense will line up for Seattle. They've been very good this year, on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Jones operating from the gun. Gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first. He only makes it to the 34.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
Here's Tyler Newsome now. Called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
30 base. Undercut.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The last run got a couple here. Now Whedon is going to find his running back. It's complete. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. At the starters on the defensive side of the ball, they're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people, the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
He gets it to Brown, complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, 1st down Seahawks. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are...
And that's caught inside the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. It's a great throw. Confidence in his receiver.
He certainly did. Ball was in the air a long time, but he counted on the adjustment that we saw near the end of the play. As that ball was descending, who was going to come down with it? He counted on his guy, and he gambled correctly.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll set up to throw. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 1st down Seattle on a beam.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, Definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy
And into the red zone now. And, Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points. So you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes, make sure they put points on the board, and come that.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. The rookie from Miami looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. They'll set up a throw.
When you're trying to create space for your running back, the first thought of line, sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. Myers' kick is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady. In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And the first drive, 3 and out.
So you have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reads. Go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Before the game, the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
It'll be a nickel look. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Give me the ball every time, fella.
What you just saw there, first-round talent. Second year, even more success. Pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season, it's big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable, too. They should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And he's got it to make it now 13-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. They switch back, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cardale Jones and company heading back on the field. And now, Charles, this becomes a pretty important second drive for them. They're already down a pair of scores here in the first quarter.
As you noted, they're down 2 scores, and to me, they're an or a service break if this were tennis, right? Because they just gave one up. Only their second drive now. Run their offense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a...
Well, they're in some hop to that sack. It's 2nd and 21. This is Corey Clement, the third-year back from Wisconsin. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And some seconds in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Let's go deep, tighten up.
Jones, off play action. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. The Eagles send out their punter now, standing just goal line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Seattle now shot of the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that would come beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Come.
2nd and 11. They're caught by Jerron Brown. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
70, Indy. Check right 54.
Here on 3rd and 2. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. Defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another 1st down, almost back to the drawing board.
This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They run it with Carson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game, room to roam.
Go set. 30 base. Ready?
This is Carson. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the. He gets attended to. We'll step aside. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll drop the throw. And that'll be incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Going for it all. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. And Myers able to knock it through, and that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. The pickup, good for an Eagle first down.
Come on.
Now Jones throwing on first down, and that'll be incomplete. Line of scrimmage again, the 7 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Out of the gun to the 47, 1-yard gain. On 2nd and 9, Jones. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Jones. And complete to Zach Ertz. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 20-yard line.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Howard. And he'll take this down just shy of the tread line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. This is Howard on 2nd down. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went.
A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 12 yards. And
for a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Clement. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Corey, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. 2nd effort there. He was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's good, and that cuts it to 9. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 20-yard line. Want to remind you that coming up tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, another good one in store. The Ravens and the Rams from Los Angeles as we put a bow on Week 12 already. Hard to believe in the National Football League. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
The extra point now coming. And that will make this a 16-point lead. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. The kickoff, they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Cardale Jones and company heading back on the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slowed it up. We'll check on his status when we get back. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this one's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. All open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. Approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. Comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead.
One thing, and quick. Make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Well, the first play of the now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. This is Homer. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
About more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run this with Homer. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost leverage on that play.
On the ready.
57. What we got? What we got? What we got?
Get it. Cut.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 11 coming up. Back to throw. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it.
4th down, and out is the All-Pro Dixon to punt for Seattle, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this.
Games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Tackle made by Ziggy Ansah. From the 22, Jones. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. First down, and he fires one incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Jones now. That's caught by Jackson. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 45-yard line.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
Knocked away and incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones going to go to Clement here out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll lead here to out. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Throwing Jones, and he fires one, but incomplete. It off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always mark because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra even when they're kicking it for 60-plus.
Here's Whedon. Right away for the end zone. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, Brandon, you've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people...
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, it's looking like another 3-and-out here. At one point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown. As a quarterback, is that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, down, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
Certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now Whedon trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. That's Madden. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. 6 really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Eagles going to take the first of their... as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll set up to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Eagles will use 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Jones on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Jones to throw again. Caught by the tight end Ertz. They want it first. They need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. He wants it all for the end zone. This is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. It's the second quarter. His is the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6. We'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out in Texas, stadium in Houston, where it was the visiting Colts who were able to pick up the road victory. 28-13, the final score. From there, we're out to check out another game. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. And finally, on Monday Night Football, a good one to kick off Thanksgiving week. Ravens and Rams from Los Angeles. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will it deep in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football. Half is underway, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cardale Jones and company heading back on the field, and he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say you want to get him right back in the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter.
He has elite instincts from his line. Diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. The gun, Jones. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Good look. We'll step aside.
Here we go. 15 running. Here we go, G.
A quick pass out to Aguilar. Give him 9 there on a first down completion. From just shy of midfield, Jones. James has got it. Complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Clement. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Putting the ball on the ground.
Yeah, so much for halftime adjustment. Sometimes the best adjustment you make is no adjustment. You just do things better. But in this case, I think an adjustment was in order. They may have to change up and start throwing the ball around a little bit more.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones, and he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On first down, they go with Clement again. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. A quick throw, it's Arcega-Whiteside. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you should. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Jones. Little short pass to James. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good. And look.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will bring the deficit back down to 3. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out if they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half.
Ready? 10-2 stop.
Watch the run. They're running it.
Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
They run again with Carson. And he slips up past the 45. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
They'll run on first down. Carson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On play action, they'll throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. On third down, it's Carson. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Good work, boy. Let's go. Let's go.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Go, go, go. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash.
Here's Carson. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop. Going on the ground with Homer. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day, and keep him from disrupting your offense.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. They're going to look to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon, man, on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this penetrated time and time again.
So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from his longest, and this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. Here's Jones throwing to start the drive. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. How many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it? So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before.
That's caught inside the 20. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia. It's a big play there for Seattle. 43 yards. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time, but in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
So how about this for field position after the big play? In now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the delay, here's Carson. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Pittsburgh.
They stay on the ground. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Called out a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. Back to throw here. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the defense. Gets a pick-6 TD. Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great. When you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Now to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six, we'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Good defense holds him to only a yard.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Off the interception, he'll look to throw. It's caught by Aguilar. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, Clement, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Line of scrimmage, they'll run with Clement. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones looking for his running back, and he's got him. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Jones now from the gun on 3rd down. And this is caught by Jackson. It's the 45 before being tackled. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball, he has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Boston Scott, his first carry. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They go again. He stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside. Be right back. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. A run, it's Clement. He's there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see-ball.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And this one, he missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Now, this was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, it's just 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind this is the advantage. The goal for any offense versus a zone defense Find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly route. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Fletcher Cox able to record his 5th sack of the season.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. Witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Ready? Fight.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down.
Up and downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Myers' kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be real. This one is over.
This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. They go with Howard to begin the drive, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Howard. Have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the sideline.
The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much late. Touchback. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted to. And got his man complete. Big play that time for the Seahawks. 43 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort shot, but it's 3rd down. In need of a conversion, 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the right. This position just continues to evolve.
And Myers able through. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often that time and time again, he's come through.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. After punting last time, see if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it.
Gets to him and they bring him down. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5, him with a sack. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They cover thing. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15. Open man is our 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Eagles send out their punter now, his 5th kick of the night. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues on. It's a touchback. Chris Carson trotting back out there. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credits, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence that they just get their assignments down, they get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Push him back. Push him back.
Carson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Staff takes a peek. We'll take a break. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. 2 minutes remain, and their differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And now we'll see a timeout used up right out of the break. 7 to go in the ballgame. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29 as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Oh, able to avoid him. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. So down by 2, and time, a huge factor. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He'll look to throw.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving a sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout. Make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. Marquise Blair, 2nd-round pick from Utah, there to bat it away. Boy, going for it at this stage in the second half, back in the show your own goalpost. Explanation, please, Mr. Davis.
I'm not sure I'm going to give you a great one, but here's a thought that I had. I wonder if maybe instead of going for it with your offense and announcing your intentions, that maybe you run out. Because even though teams say, hey, we plan for the fake all the time, I know from experience, you look at the situation, there's no way they're going to fake it here. They probably had a better chance if they tried it that way.
The Seahawks formation as they go ahead and take the knee. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
Coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
Paramount, but the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now it's about taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Seahawks, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to